I pinged everyone for the stream. Everyone is checked in. No one else seems to have joined. Okay, I'm gonna process the results.
So this is probably like the most stacked Maiden spell tournament in like the past year.
Probably. Alright, let me switch to the bracket. Okay, so we have only one match on round 1. I guess we'll watch this match and another one from round 2 and let everyone else play.
Yeah.
Who do you want to see?
I think Zorn versus Airvent would be a good match because I don't think Airvent's been on stream recently. QP Javaro would also be good, but we see QP and Javaro a lot.
Right then. So it's Shadowpelt and Blaster Fox, then Storm and Airvent. Let me put them.
Yeah, sounds good.
Plus.
Shadowpelt and Blaster, although they're the two last seeds, it's not like they're easy opponents, especially in a tournament as stacked as this one.
I hope I'm tagging the right soul.
Oh yeah, Karakura is a big question. How is 4th place going to be determined? Because in a double elimination bracket, people...
I think it's I'm pretty
Wait,
sure.
yeah, wait. Yeah, there's only one 4th placer.
Yeah. From 1st place to 4th place there is only one. It's a 5th place when it starts being 2.
Yeah, losers semifinals, loser is 5th. 4th. And losers quarters is 5th.
Oh, can you join the room?
Yeah. Oh. I don't see it.
It's public, everyone should be able to see it.
Are you on the beta branch?
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you have to get off it because
Oh.
Mino is doing testing on the beta branch.
Oh, that's what he meant. I thought he was talking about challenge.
Oh.
We have technical difficulties, give me 2 minutes.
39 ATMs. That's a lot. Kinda crazy. Anyway, while we have time, let's talk about the two competitors that will be on stream in a moment. I said I was gonna talk about them, but
Oh, that was fast. Right, now it should work. Not create. Okay, try now.
yep, it's up.
Nice. And now we just wait for Shadow Blaster. Appeared on the left, so Blaster is gonna be on the right. Oh. No, it's not.
There we go.
That's him?
Yep. Blaster.
Yeah, well, his name is Yostar, so
Yeah. Maiden spell players with crazy nicknames. You should see Airvent's nickname. It's so long.
it's hard to know who is who with them having different nicknames on Steam and in-game. I think it's gonna be a Wyvern mirror.
Definitely could be, but Blaster has been playing other characters as well.
I think Arcanist and Wyvern, that's about it, most of the time.
Yeah. Oh, in depth. Depth's coming out.
Oh, no, that's Blaster. Yeah.
Might be a bit of connection difficulties.
Oof, indeed.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
Let me just maybe just quit the match. Yeah, quit the we'll try again.
That's weird. Oh,
Oh wait, did just the shadow. What else is it?
Blaster.
Yeah, Blaster. Did Blaster not get rid of the beta? But that can be. He wouldn't see my room otherwise, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think she's having connection issues right now, but that's unfortunate. Well, some matches have finished in winners round 2. Maven 2-0's Meguka, Nyx 2-0ing Noog, and Speed 2-0ing Skippe. All of them aren't really the most surprising results given,
Yeah, it's
well,
low seed against top seed first round and second.
yeah.
Okay, let's try again.
Oh, it's working.
Thank God.
Alright. Really aggressive round start coming out from Blaster with the Jellycat in widening shotgun. But trapped a little bit in the corner, has Jellycat
He's
back.
pushing
and
him in
now
the corner.
Shadow
It's
Pelt.
gonna expand. Oh, he doesn't even need to expand the ball. He's gonna hit him with the shotgun.
Yeah, and Blaster comfy to dance up close, but stays a little too close and gets caught by the edge of the Novi Fire. Can't walk out in time. Depth, one of the slower characters in the game. They trade. And oh no. Blaster burns the Jellycat, which is just a free Novi Fire. Doesn't even need it.
Gets him to the defensive spell.
Yeah, the wide just catching.
That's how you call it? Wide?
Oh, the balls. The wide attack is the second attack, and like people just call it wide.
A bit too close to your star.
Yeah, Shadow Pelt somehow managing to clip with that Novi Fire earlier. Does another Novi Fire, doesn't get caught. And Blaster consistently getting caught by those wides. Those wides just catch movement. Dancing around, trying to somehow catches with the wide there. But overall, Shadow Pelt, the worm wide, is consistently better. And can't Jellycat through that one.
Okay. That's 1-0 for Shadow Pelt.
We saw Blaster like playing so well early, getting the setup. But overall, Shadow Pelt just getting more stray hits.
Yes.
With the chaotic nature of Worm. Blaster makes out of the bottom setup, but gets caught by the wide once again. Burns Jellycat, and already this first card is disappearing fast.
He managed to get a hit in. Another one. He's slowly coming back. Oh no, he's saved.
Yeah.
It doesn't last long enough. Couldn't get out of the ultimate.
Shadow Pelt with the same game plan, just pressing buttons into wide, forcing Blaster to move. Blaster though catches Shadow Pelt sleeping a little bit at the top wall, but gets caught by a laser. The shotgun, you can't press that multiple times. It's a really bad habit a lot of death players have. If you press it too many times, you get the slowdown is just too much. And the Shadow Pelt just one hit away, and there it is.
There was no way for him to dodge that. Shadow Pelt takes it 2-0. Okay, updating. Next, we're gonna have Xorn against Airvent. Ping them again.
Yeah, Airvent's seed is deceptive because they can take games off of so many people. And Zorn, the winner of Quarantine Report 4. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, Xorn is gonna be on the left side. Airvent, right.
Yeah, everyone's in chat right now saying he's impressed with Blaster's performance despite it being 0-2, and I have to agree because early in the first game we saw that setup catching Shadow Pelt, and it was
DJ
very
Durbs, that's him.
clean. Yeah, that's Airvent.
I bet is Red against Frost.
Oh, it's probably Lich against Depth. Airvent's a Depth player, and Zorn is a Lich only, basically. And now Airvent going to the corner to set up the basic. What a classic, but letting Zorn get a massive flower, a bit of a misplay. Can Airvent come back from this? Because going down this much to Lich positionally spells disaster.
There's another massive flower. They're both.
Thankfully they're overlapping though, so it's
They're
not
both-
too over for Airvent.
Yeah. There is some room to move in the top corner. But the walls are closing in and he's going for a more aggressive approach. Manages to get a hit with the shotgun.
Oh,
There's
and
also-
Zorn.
Yeah, there's really no way to dodge there. Let's see what the butterflies. Okay, the flowers
Closing
are,
in.
the flowers are gone.
Zorn still has a wall of 2 flowers and has butterflies in good positions, shooting from different angles, along with Zorn's own basics. And it feels like it's almost a matter of time before Airvent loses this game.
Yeah, the longer
This
it goes,
particular card.
the easier time on each has.
But this might be Airvent's opportunity. The butterflies are in the same place basically, easily kiteable. So Airvent can do the depth setup. Oh no, not if that happens though. Airvent definitely learning from last time not to stand in the corner. The adaptation, not letting Zorn get an early flower to determine the tempo of the game. Zorn though, knowing, holding flower perfectly, and getting the first hit of the card. And the flower's up again to negate the Jellycat. Jellycat does have a much lower cooldown though, so we'll see if Airvent can utilize that in a setup. Once again, the flower comes in. And Zorn gets checkmated in the corner. Airvent's still getting these setups while dodging all of Lich's stuff. trying to dance along the bottom wall, but runs into a butterfly shot. Going for another setup right here. Maybe a shotgun coming out? No. Just detonates the basic. And Zorn's just wearing down air vent.
A desperate approach, but it pays off. He managed to get the hit on the zone.
Yep. But those two butterflies are so well positioned. Air vent crossing over, trying to find a more favorable angle for the setup, but can't.
First game goes to Xorn.
Both players staying on their main. Zorn going with the very safe round start of Flower, backing up into wide. And Butterfly canceling, but Air Vent with the early aggression manages to take the first hit. Oh, and Zorn Flower dashes through the shotgun to basic. That's a classic. Now Air Vent getting a little desperate, shotgunning multiple times to try and trap Zorn in a setup, but Zorn releasing the Flower perfectly, not phased. And Air Vent suddenly at 1 heart. Yeah, Air Vent getting a bit desperate. Much less of the composure we saw in the earlier game. Going for shotguns, multiple shotguns, and they're not paying off. Zorn's just absorbing the pressure and basically reflecting it by flowering through and picking an aggressive option. Now Air Vent going for some more shotguns, trying to move Zorn towards the deadly bottom, but Zorn dashing through with the flower. Not really working out. But one underappreciated fact is that Air Vent redirects the butterflies enough to do those multiple shotguns, not getting caught in it, but this time getting caught by that basic, and now Zorn's in a massive advantage state. And with that hit, Zorn can just charge Flower for as long as he wants. It's massive. Complete right side blocked off. Air Vent goes in for a trade, but when you're at 1 heart after it, it's not really worth it. And this game is looking pretty over. Zorn going for another charge. Could have probably held that too. Did not want to risk it though. As this game, Zorn just needs to secure it with a basic.
Tried to go for another desperate approach, but it didn't pay off this time. Air Vent? No, for example. My bad.
And the Frog Kero Kero game has gone 2-1. J-Feather 2-1ing Ox. Javaro 2-1ing QP. Javaro getting revenge for their last meeting, which was in Novi Global. QP won that winner side, even though they ended up placing the same 5th.
Alright. Millions of the still to finish their match. Afterwards, Ranta will be finished. I wanna see. But we already saw Xorn.
Nyx versus Frog would be a great match, I think.
Yeah. Nyx versus Frog and Centipede against Jay.
Okay.
I haven't seen Jay in a while.
Yeah, and Frog hasn't entered tournaments for like almost a year now. Nyx hasn't entered for a long time either.
Nyx is here. Right,
So is
about here.
Frog.
Need to wait for them to take their place. Nyx over there.
Nyx versus Frog, a matchup you would probably see in like winter semis or even winners finals back in the day.
As in 2 years ago. Oh,
Yeah, it's been quite a bit. Maybe not exactly 2 years, but quite a while. And Frog, I watched him warm up a bit, and Frog still got it. Nyx, though, with the crazy record of never placing below second at any event. Gets a time stop here, gets hit for it, but should still be able to get a bunch of debuffs. Only 2.
at any event?
Yeah, every single event Nyx has entered, he's gotten either second or first. In Maiden and Spell. But Frog, playing very well in this first card, could be the one sending Nyx to losers. Nyx not out of it yet, could still very well just play very controlled, dodge everything. Forcing the vanish out of Frog there, using the clock to stall for time. Oh, but the focus knives gets him. And Frog just with the non-stop aggression here, just throwing out projectile after projectile in Nyx's face.
A bit too out of the time stop.
Now Nyx is trying to stay alive a bit, just dodging, moving to the back wall, trying to let the walls close, trying to get something. But Frog playing so well, not getting hit by anything. But Nyx, only 2 hearts, but it's near end game, and we all know how Arc is so favored here. Being able to drop moons that basically cover the entire screen. Only a sliver left of space. Opponents having to dance between the 2 sides. But Frog somehow dodging all of it. Not getting hit. And although Nyx gets the time stop, Frog vanishing, still doesn't have to get hit. Oh, finally, just a 1 shot. But Nyx has got a mountain to climb in this card. There's another one.
Oh,
And another.
it seems he's climbing the mountain.
Yeah, but as before, all Frog needs is 1. And the
Nyx,
walls
time
aren't
stop is
close
up.
enough. The walls aren't close enough for Nyx to really abuse it. And just the constant mental pressure of Red Hood, Green Hood in this case. Both players just trying to get that 1 hit. There it is. Nyx comes back from a massive deficit to take the second card.
Incredible comeback.
And Frog is trying to walk back a bit, walk forward, and catches Nyx in the corner. Frog also trying to catch Nyx's movement with the stacked basics and focus knives. Gets another hit. It's 2-4 once again. Walls are nowhere close to closing. Nyx trying to drop some debuffs, gets a death toll, but it's only a death toll. Not really doing much. Gets a paralyzed and confused though. Those are big. Oh, okay, gets hit while in clock startup. That's tragic as Frog takes the first game.
Oh, Nyx is
Switches
fishing.
to worm. But you never know. Frog could still. But Frog could still, like, you know, take the game. It's definitely not over. Especially with Worm's lack of defensive tools. Just the speed. And Frog, no stranger to fighting Worm. Nyx, however, has a history with this character. Pulled it out to demonstrate how broken old Worm was. And completely ran over a tournament back in the day. But Frog playing extremely well defensively. Gets the Vanish forced out by Nyx, but doesn't really fall for Nyx's tricks. Nobi Fire here, not enough. Frog moving out of it just in time. And so far, Frog's just outplaying Nyx right now. Nyx not able to get in for pressure, trapped against the wall by the knives. Nyx trying to find an angle in, circling around Frog. But Frog just standing back a little, dodging perfectly. Doesn't press too many buttons and vanishes. Nyx getting out of all of that pressure at the bottom wall. Finally catches a wide onto Frog. And Frog goes for a cheeky knife right onto Nyx. Doesn't work out, but Nyx burning the Novi Fire doesn't catch it. Doesn't force out the vanish either. Now Nyx 2-heart lead, but that could disappear in an instant. Gets caught trying to circle around the tail end of a basic. Novi Fire forces out Vanish. Doesn't get punished by focus knives. It's out of the corner. Gets caught by the edge of the focus knives there. Novi firing. Vanish still 4 seconds away. Just needs one hit to close out this card. But Frog smartly staying close. Nyx gets caught by a melee basic. And this could be the end right here. Novi Fire, Vanish. Frog just moving so controlled, not getting caught out by the wide. Not getting caught by the wide at all. Not even once. But Nyx manages to land the basic. and really went down to the wire. And it looks like this one's going to as well. Vanish already forced out. Nick's looking for another Novi Fire, and Frog's movement just gets completely red. Nick's moving much more measuredly, not getting caught, not getting lost between the knives and the basic this time. Moving around the basic, oh, this time gets caught pressing the wide button, but responds right back. Novi firing? Yes, forces out the vanish. And now it's just a game of cooldowns. Can Nyx find his way in? Gets caught by the basic. Still could revenge DS here. Oh, is a little hesitant. Walks back just a bit. Just needs one hit.
Oh no,
Oh, and
he
Frog
gets
takes
poised
it.
by knives. That takes it 2-0.
Series of unfortunate events for Nyx. Frog playing exceptionally well. That rust barely showing, if at all. And Nyx with an early trip into losers. A very dangerous losers bracket as well. Yeah, Speed recently placing second at Novi Global of Stack Tournament, only losing to Illy. Meanwhile, J Feather placing fourth at that same event. And as we look back at the bracket, we see Illy 2-0ing Javaro, which bumps Javaro down for a rematch against Karo Karo. A matchup we saw in Novi Global where Javaro took it in losers bracket. I'm kind of wondering how the Zorn Maven game's going right now because both them Lich players, both of them pretty good at the mirror, I would say. Zorn had to win the mirror to win Quarantine Report because J Feather pulled the Lich out.
Yeah, you see
There's
it.
J Feather. Sun versus Frost. We'll see who takes it. Oh, it's centipede, not centipede. However, speed off to a good start, just basic widing, but J Feather just consistently focus basicing, not really phased by speed's pressure. J Feather currently up 4-2, very early, rolls in, but it's caught by the diamond flavored breakfast setup. Speed catching J Feather's outward movement right at the edge of that dispel. J though, rolling around trying to snipe Speed with the stutter step. Speed constantly dodging the focus basic. J Feather rolling into before the diamond activation. Rolls in once more. We'll see if Speed can catch one of those rolls because...
Oh, it's a sign and a punish.
Yep.
Speed on his last life for this con.
Yeah. J Feather with defensive tools can probably just outlast Speed here. No need to take big risks.
Yeah, he can just fly through his walls.
Yeah, Frost Dodge roll on such a low cooldown. Stun Wave inside the spell gets caught by the same Diamond Breakfast. That could be big for Speed in coming cards because J Feather consistently getting caught by that. Oh, and gets caught by the waffle, and it's just totally even right now. With Stun Wave. Speed moving away. Not taking the risks inside the focus basic. Just circling around J Feather. Oh, but the focus basic lines up perfectly and Speed can't dodge that. J Feather though, moving along the bottom wall, amazing dodge roll through everything. Backed him into the corner, but roll is back off cooldown. J Feather rolling forward once again. Staying in the spell, it's Speed not opting for any aggressive movement out of it, and the walls are almost fully closed. J Feather finds the first hit on some basics. Then Speed finds a parry on that stun wave. Didn't quite see if Jay had rolled during that parry, but really unfortunate timing, I guess. J Feather burning roll has it back up though. Walls are closing in once more. It's been a while since the last hit. J Feather moving in. Stun waving once again inside the basic. But this time with the one hitting Speed inside that breakfast setup. Not holding out. Now J Feather just comfortable to be in the corner, rolling in once again, catching stun wave, backing up, not getting caught by the basic this time, and it's again just 1-1. Oh, but doesn't have the movement speed to get across that pancake. Rolling in aggressively, does not risk going for the stun wave. The basic would have got him. And this time, just landing a pure focus basic. J Feather just consistently stutter stepping outside of Speed's range, rolling if anything gets a bit too dangerous. Speed going for the basic wise, the diamond spam this time. trying to catch J Feather out. And finally does on a stray wide. J Feather rolling in, forcing the dispel out. Speed dodging the first bits of focus basic over and over and over again. And finally, a wide catch. J Feather in a slight lead here. Could disappear in an instant though. J Feather moving out, no room for Speed to get any kind of setup out of that dispel. Speed going for some more basics, trying to catch J Feather's movement here. Speed's the one getting caught by the stack to roll basics, and J Feather's the one taking the first game. And Maiden took it 2-1 over Zorn. 2-1. Damn. J Feather though really wants to close this one out. Doesn't want to go for the full 3 games. Speed as a player, so good at dodging. So good at the setups as well. And not being worn down is very, very important to just lasting in a Maiden and Spell tournament. Oh, and J Feather by a hair gets caught by that setup. And sometimes that's just a peril of playing Frost, because you can see the perfect angle for a stun wave, but it gets parried. Bit of a bait. Now as the walls close in, Speed's just filling up the space more and more. Doesn't really have any tap wides out. Finally gets them out. Oh! Amazing movement by J Feather. Just stun waves and spoos out of that basic. Gets another hit as well, and suddenly it's all even as the walls are closed in. But J Feather just walking into that waffle. Real question is, can J Feather outlast right here? Perfect range for Speed to get a setup, doesn't really get anything. Playing safe. Both players just playing back, not taking risks right here. The spell coming out. Oh, tries to read with the stun wave attempt, but Speed's the one taking the first card in this game. Really early hit by Speed. Oh, but gets stuck in the stun wave animation, punished with the basic, and that's so unfortunate. J Feather getting the hit, but getting punished for it. That has to be a momentum shift for Speed. Speed stacking up the wides, but J Feather rolling into the spell. That doesn't have the roll, finally has a backup. J Feather just rolling through the pressure. Trying to find something here. As Speed drops wides upon wides. Has this spell, too many focus basics. And Speed's just one hit away. But J Feather's not going down without a fight. Really nice movement catch with that stun wave. Almost stays inside that wide for too long. Manages to get out just before activation. Catches with the frost wide. Gets a stun wave. And we're going to final card. This could be J Feather's 2-0. Speed just trying to set up here. J Feather getting caught uncharacteristically just by a random basic activation. Diamonds coming out in full force from Speed. J Feather just getting hit. I'm not really sure by what. Probably a wide. Enters back, but at a bit of a deficit here. Jay just dodging through everything right now. Rolling through. Not really taking any risks in those gaps. Really creative roll, but presses too many buttons inside that basic. Gets caught for it. Still very doable for J Feather, but Speed definitely has a significant lead here. Oh, J Feather takes a bit too much time inside that basic, and Speed equalizes. Aggressive round start from J Feather, rolling forward. Doesn't get anything, but doesn't get punished for it either. Rolling forward once again, catching Speed with the wide. Oh, but backs up a little too much inside the breakfast setup. It's caught by the wide, exactly what the wides were designed to do. Stun waving defensively a little bit. Oh, and gets caught by the breakfast setup once again, moves in the wrong angle. J Feather looking for something, but the Speed almost like a rock, just unmoving. Really stable, just putting out constant pressure. J Feather has to dodge through all of this. Backing up, not getting caught by the diamonds. Dispels to not get caught by that focus basic. Up close, trying to get some behind the breakfast. Doesn't even need it. J Feather gets punished for pressing the stun wave button. And that has to be demoralizer. We'll see if... Oh! Big stun wave. J Feather bouncing back already. Not getting caught by the basic after the stun wave. And Speed down to 2 hearts very, very early. If J Feather can find an angle in, these hearts could just vanish. J Feather not getting hit by anything so far. Oh, almost gets hit by that. The spell kind of saving him. Could have probably made it out regardless, but stays a little too long again inside the basic. Gets a revenge hit somehow. And we're down to last card. Both players not really trying to both players not trying to get hit early here, just backing up against each other. But really unfortunate roll from J Feather, the angle sending him right into that wide. Gets revenge with a wide of its own, showing off a little bit. Now J Feather with a slight lead here. 2 fantastic hits, but Speed has definitely come back from deficits like this. J Feather backing up a little, scared of those diamonds, not trying to take unnecessary hits, and just one hit away. Speed definitely not out of it yet though. Just putting down the pressure constantly. Oh, but gets caught.
You won? A very close game, however. Both players definitely on the same level.
Yeah, really could have gone either way.
Alright, let's take a look at the bracket. We've got to round 4, that means we've got to top 8 if we exclude losers round 3. How long have we still? An hour. But we could stream round 4 and have losers round 3 be off stream, or if you want we could stream one game from losers round 3.
I think we should get one from losers round 3.
There's someone we haven't seen, like Javaro and Kero Kero.
Yeah.
I can't find Gelato. Can someone let him know? To get in a room.
Yeah, I called him.
Alright, thanks. Get out of here. Alright.
Alright, hampers and filler. Jivaro, one of the newer players to the game, while Caro, one of the biggest proponents of Jivaro, being a fantastic player. And Javaro's definitely showed it. At Novi Global, Jivaro placed tied 5th in a very stacked tournament. Are you ready?
Yeah, quiero. Yep. Okay.
Caro with the Arc versus Javaro's Frost. People have said that Javaro plays pretty similarly to J Feather, and I'm inclined to agree, but not fully. I think Javaro uses roll to reposition. Well, never mind. J Feather does that too. It just feels like there's a slight difference in the hit and run style that they both play, which is probably a non-existent difference, and they just play very similar in the first place. Oh, clutch mini from Caro, basically ensuring that they'll get the wall close. Unfortunate small stun wave there as well. And Caro just in full advantage right now, catching Jivaro during that roll. And with the wall borders this close, Caro is just completely dominating right here. Debuff's finally off. Clutch stun wave from Jivaro. And a slow time stop that critically does not land. And if Jivaro could just weather this current storm. Gets hit once. But needs to find a hit soon because the walls are closing once again, and that's just the Arcanist Dream scenario where the moon takes up the entire screen and you have to go from edge to edge to not get hit by it. Jivaro just with a single focus basics, trying to catch Caro. Caro putting the clock down once again, stalling for time. And Javaro, traps himself a little bit. Has to roll up. Stun waves to delete the bullets. Has to go from edge to edge once again. Caro stalling for time with the clock. And how long can Javaro just survive here? Because it's way easier for Caro to dodge right now. But Caro the one getting hit, and Javaro just needs one to hit down. But it's a little too over aggressive. Doesn't get the stun wave. Walls are back open a little bit. So no longer an emergency situation for Javaro. Almost gets the time stop. Tries the stun wave. Doesn't get it, but the mini. Javaro putting out way less pressure. Finally back to normal. And Caro getting caught by the edge of that focus basic. Javaro clutching it out. And Javaro this time getting another early hit. Gets confused though, and Frost's entire offensive game plan falls apart when confused. Shooting in awkward directions. Fuses off. And Javaro is once again pushing forward. Trying to find something. With erratic movement. Trying to throw off Caro. Runs right into that clock. And rolls in a bit of an unfortunate place, combined with the paralyze. Caro this time in a bit more of an advantage. Javaro not getting caught by the clock, dancing out of it. Really funny stutter step roll right there. Just like a squiggly line. Gets a stun wave and a hit. And the walls are again much more open. Definitely favoring Javaro a little bit right now. Javaro just stacking pressure, trying to find something. Caro definitely staying back, playing safe, gets a clutch paralyze. But gets hit, and Javaro could be taking this first game right here. Rolls in place right through a wide shot. Doesn't get caught by the stun wave, doesn't run in. Tries to stun wave. Caro smartly moving out. Javaro just moving a little too much. Anyone's game right now. Clutch stun wave? Oh, wait. But the clock saving Caro. Invuln staying there. And this paralyze could be critical. Paralyze wears off. And we're back to an endgame scenario. Oh, but Javaro's stun wave getting hard punished. Still not completely over. Oh, it is over. And we go to final card of first game. Early paralyzed, that's clutch, but Caro is the one that ends up getting hit. Retreating basic though. Javaro's aggression getting punished. It's like, in this game, if you just walk up, everyone has a reversal. It's just walking back and basicking, except for like Sunny. But Caro getting a very nice clock. Doesn't really get much off of it though. Javaro fantastic dodging. Not getting punished for eating that. I'm looking to find some more aggression once again. Looking for an angle in. Threatening Caro. Not getting hit by any of the wide. Has to remember to stay at the walls and oh no, once again goes for a stun wave, but Caro is ready for it. This time, Caro is the one that gets hit though. And that's a little tragic, but Javaro paralyzed at a very unfortunate spot. Caro definitely very favored in this final card, with the walls like this and with the heartbeat. Javaro's gotta find a hit fast, both to spread the walls open and to just catch up. This time backs away, doesn't get fooled. Waits a bit, wides, tries to catch Caro panicking, but Caro does not panic. Not this time at least. Finds a stun wave, Big stun wave and just last hit once again. So many last hits in this first game. Now Jivaro staying at the walls, not getting baited by the moon. Not getting punished. Finds a stun wave and takes the first game. Like, what a nail biter. All of them were close. Going right again into a rematch. Jivaro getting paralyzed at the beginning once again. Kero do anything with it. Paralyzed slow. A deadly combo on Jivaro by Kero. But nothing really comes of it. But debuffs, they really buy time, and Paralyzed Slow definitely slowed down Jivaro's offense. But with the stun wave there, Jivaro's not slowing down after the fact. Now Jivaro just dancing around in the mid-range, trying to find an opening. Almost gets caught by that wide there, has to back up all the way. Jivaro approaching inside the clock. Doesn't get the stun wave, but a trade. Wide and basic. And Jivaro just staying back. Trying not to get hit here. Kero going for a debuff. It's a death toll. Jivaro uncharacteristic misstep into the moon. Now he's got a hill to climb. But we've seen him do it before. Stun wave doesn't really do much inside that clock, just stops the offense. And sometimes that's critical, but Jivaro has Confuse on him and can't really get anything going. Paralyzed almost takes out Jivaro, combined with that basic. Smartly rolls away. Mini, however, just makes it so hard for Frost to put down pressure, buys so much time for Arcanist. Kero once again trying to throw Jivaro off, but gets stun waved, and Jivaro does not miss those. No Cade stun today. Jivaro with a slight lead here. Could be snowballing this into an advantage. Trying not to get hit by the wide, just dancing around in it, trying to put out pressure. Oh, but not a great stun wave there. Doesn't delete the moon. Stun wave just doesn't delete the moon, you know? Like, it only deletes minor projectiles, and moon is definitely a major. Jivaro going for very aggressive stun waves. They don't find their mark. Slow and confuse. Frost not being able to do much like this. Hangs out near the top wall, doesn't get panic clocked, and the clock eats the moon, saving Jivaro. It would be 2-1 if that clock was a little later. And Jivaro just dancing from coast to coast, trying to outlast, finds a clutch stun wave. And Jivaro so close to extending this game. Extending this game so he could shorten the set. Finds an amazing fade back wide. Kero movement completely caught there. Now Jivaro, the usual hit and run playstyle. This time just like squiggles, just moves back and forth, and then just walks up and stun waves. Kero tried to react to that, doesn't see it coming. Another just focus basic. Jivaro out here sniping. Kero at such a deficit, and the walls are nowhere near close. Jivaro playing so evasive. Karakura just having to play patiently and not make a mistake, because every mistake, every hit by Jivaro means the walls spread apart once again. And the end game is that much farther away. And Jivaro, it held the stun wave for so long, was daring Karakura, but Karakura did not have the clock up, so it didn't even matter. Now Jivaro just one hit away from moving on. Confuse does not land. And Karakura is still in this. Definitely has more than enough skill to clutch out moments like this, dodging through all of that focus basic. And Jivaro backs up into a basic. This could be the start and end of Karakura's comeback. Critically, time stop gets used here, so Jivaro is free to stun wave without getting caught in that clock. Tries to catch Karakura's movement with the wide over and over and over again. Karakura not getting caught here. Jivaro stuck in the focus basic, inside that basic, and could go either way. Jivaro sticking to the wall for dear life, not trying to get checkmated by a moon. Still a bit away. And it's over. Jivaro with a nail biter of a 2-0.
We're right now in top 8, round 4. So we're just going to stream everything. First it's gonna be Illy against Maiden.
Alright. Illy could be playing anything here. Very familiar with every single character in this game.
Think he's going to go for a counter pick? Well,
Not quite sure.
There's no real counter, I guess, in this game, but someone who does slightly better against... What? Oh.
Illy could be going for the depth here. We could also see a Lich Mirror, but I'm pretty sure Illy's not the biggest fan of that. I'm pretty sure in theory depth has a good matchup.
Oh, Sam.
Illy going for the side. Yeah, Illy has said before that they are the most comfortable on Sunny. I might be wrong here, but something along those lines. Both of them no stranger to this matchup. Lich versus Sun. And Maven walking up with another basic. But backs up into a wide. Really unfortunate. Got out of the pressure, but a slight mistake, a misstep. And Maven once again just misstepping a little bit, walking a little too far on the far side. Maven setting up a wall though, trying to wall out Illy. Could definitely take a few hits here. But Illy, with the dispel and the diamond speed up, just getting out of it, and Maven gets caught by the breakfast setup, moves a little bit too far. Maven taking a lot of hits early this card. Unable to really get the Lich snowball rolling. Not really able to set up. And Illy just so deadly, just consistently dodging all of the Lich pressure and putting out pressure of his own. Dancing in and out of the flower with a dispel invuln. Maven doesn't get caught by the breakfast setup that time. And maybe Maven can get his game plan rolling a little bit here, but Illy with the setup once again, just catching Maven's movement at every turn. Early hit, unfortunate. Maven really does not want to get hit by those so early, and again, just a stray diamond. But Maven has some good setup, but presses the wide button a little too much to slow down, letting Illy just catch with the diamonds. It's not looking good for Maven here. Once again, has the Lich setup, but Lich setup has to be like extra deadly to leave a scratch on Illy. Illy just dodging so well. Originally a Lich main before becoming so good with every single character because of their ability to just dodge and their game sense in general. Even getting the first hit, this could be the start of something. Maven setting up really nice butterfly angles right here from all sides. Oh, but holds a little too far. Unable to get off an amazing flower. Back up once again. Illy's pressure coming out. Maven has to dodge these diamonds, gets through them, walks in, doesn't get caught by the breakfast setup, doesn't get caught by those basics either. Maven escaping pressure and getting some setup down. And Illy finally feeling the pressure as the walls close in. Maven barely making it through those basics. Frames away from getting hit on all of them. Illy dodging, microing all of the butterfly shots. But Maven could be taking this card right here. Holds a little too long and it's 1-1. Oh, and that's tragic. And Illy takes it 2-1.
Next is gonna be Frog against J Feather. You can pick a stage, guys. Okay, so we're going the left. Update.
Right, very similar colors in this particular matchup of color palettes. Frog just backing up, finds the lasers and the crossfire with the knives, trapping J-Feather. J-Feather is stacking up not unfocused and focused basics, especially with that roll, trying to find a wall, trying to create a wall against Frog, but gets caught. Frog with the retreating basic. J-Feather already down 2. Frog just dodging through the focus basic. And Frog just with a stellar performance so far, not getting hit a single time. So good at using the knives with the basic. Vanishes out of that stun wave and is comfortable to play up close because J-Feather just pulling back, not wanting to get basic. Rolls through the layers of pressure that Frog is setting up, but gets caught by the last one. And Frog once again being super aggressive near the top wall, gets the first basic. J-Feather backing up, trying to play safer. Going for a lot of focus. And Frog just completely dominating here. Not letting up, not slacking on any of the dodging. Not getting hit a single time so far. Moving around in the focus basic and the unfocused basic like it's nothing. Layering pressure, and J-Feather has to find something concrete. (8-0) by Frog so far. Oh, and J-Feather, unfortunate roll in, gets caught by the knives, combined with the basic to just lock out all escape routes. And Frog just so comfortable inside that focus basic, dodging it like it's nothing. Just completely untouched by it. Oh, finally gets hit by one of the central parts, but
Commentator curse.
yeah. But it's almost like a non-factor for Frog. He can just put out pressure completely inside it. J-Feather really just has to go for a stun wave or something because Frog's not going to get hit randomly like that many more times. But as the walls close in, the stun wave threat is getting a lot more real. And as J-Feather rolls through all 3 layers of pressure, all 3 focus knives twice, forcing out a vanish. This could be J-Feather's win condition.
Frost
Waiting until
basic
wall
has
close. What are you gonna say?
Frost basic has a set pattern that never changes, right?
Yeah, it's like
So
three
if you know
waves.
it, you can dodge without moving out of the way.
Well, you can technically move the same way like 3 times and dodge all of it, which is what Frog's doing, just knowing the pattern, but gets hit here. It's very hard to do consistently because it requires like small, precise movements. And also Frost can mix it up with unfocus, with rolls. And Jay Feather's pulling back a little here.
Oh,
no. Fantastic knife by Frog. Catching Jay Feather, stun waving. But Frog's the one that gets caught this time. And Jay Feather's coming alive, finding these stun waves, just trapping Frog.
He seems
Frog
to have
definitely-
decided. He seems to have decided
Yeah.
to go very aggressive.
But that aggression's getting punished a little bit by Frog with basics in the right places. Definitely an uphill battle for Jay Feather. But Jay Feather has shown he can do it. He can overcome the dodging demon that is Frog. It's just a matter of how consistently he gets to the wide. And suddenly it's looking very, very doable. Jay Feather just needs one here. Red basics alone can be scary, but good players not really phased when they're just alone. The combination of the knives is necessary. Jay Feather, playing a character with some of the best defensive tools in the business, gets up close stun waves. Jay Feather playing a lot closer, it seems like, layering, stacking basics, going for stun waves. It's also a lot more risky though, because a lot of stuff that Frog throws out is much less reactable, especially that basic. When you're when you're trying to approach Red Hood and they throw out that basic while walking back, it's basically unreactable. You have to know it's coming and move at an angle. But both players not getting hit yet. Frog dancing out of that stun wave. Finally gets hit by the center of that focus basic. And finds a basic counter hit. Jay Feather was really, really aggressive, but was walking forward, so got hit first there, and gets hit again. But Jay Feather with the dodge roll, just walking through a lot of Frog's pressure. Frog starting up the knives again. Defensive stun wave, but Jay Feather tragically moves a little too down after the end of that basic. And that could mean a massive swing in momentum because Frog just needs one hit here. Jay Feather still playing aggressive, not letting up on that pressure. Standing back a little bit, rolling through. Redirecting Frog's shot there. But Jay Feather in a sticky situation. Frog dodging too well. And there it is. And with that, winners finals is locked in. Illy and Frog.
Next it's gonna be Sorn against Javaro. I'm gonna let Javaro know again because he's not on our server.
Alright, Lich versus Frost. Javaru getting an early hit, critical in this matchup, just not letting Lich set up for free. Javaru chasing a little bit, trying to find Zord. Zord walking up with the aggression, but Javaru rolling out, not getting caught. And Javaru getting the hit and avoiding preemptively sunwaving defensively. Javaru just finding so many stray hits. Gets hit by a butterfly of his own, rolls up, doesn't go for a stun wave. Maybe fearing some kind of parry, but not quite sure why the stun wave was absent there. It's definitely an opportunity to close out the first card. Oh no, really bad stun wave. Jordan reads it perfectly with a flower. And now Javaru has got such a hill to climb. Lich setup is extremely scary. And Zord gets a lot of invuln thanks to flower. Javaru has to dodge a lot while putting out pressure. And can't really keep it up. Javaru getting hit early. And Zorn in full control right now, finding a perfect basic, catching Javaru's walk back. Javaru not out of it yet, but it just seems so hopeless. Maybe a little hope as he gets a hit. He needs 2 more, but Zorn only needs 1. And those butterflies are a menace. All 4 sides of Javaru covered. And Zorn takes the first game. Quick roll out, quick stun, quick hit from Javaru. Off to a strong start in this second game. Trying to avoid elimination down here in the loser's bracket. Finds another one, layering the focus basics, getting a different angle with the roll on Zorn. But Zorn still has 2 hearts to play with. Still a lot of setup to be put down. And Javaru stuck on the left side of the screen. Redirecting butterflies very well. Moving to place with more space, but that's a scary butterfly right next to him. Has to move away from that one. But now with that gone, Javaru in a much more comfortable situation. Zorn quickly putting down the wide, canceling it with a butterfly. Layers upon layers, and Javaru gets the hit. Just needs 1 more for this first card. But we've seen a Javaru lead fall apart before in the first game. Stun wave, but not much room to play with. Okay, Javaru secures it. This could be the start of something, because Javaru had so much momentum early. Gets another hit right away. Oh, and a trade. Very, 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 very good for Javaru. Like, you want to accelerate the pace of the game against Lich. You don't want to get burned out. You don't want to bleed out against Lich. And Javaru looking for something. Going for a roll, aggression. Thankfully outside of the flower's radius. Rolls in, almost right into a flower bullet. Sorry, butterfly bullet. Smartly just backs up. Meanwhile, Zorn not getting caught. Oh, almost avoids all of that layered pressure, but gets caught by the core of that focus basic. The central 4 shots, so deadly. And Zorn looks so strong in the first game. And this is a doable comeback because Zorn has made this comeback in this very set. Just needs to stay strong. Just needs to avoid the focus basic and put down a good angle. Get some good angled butterflies to pressure Jivaro from all sides. But with butterflies like this, it feels like Jivaro's a little bit safer than he could be. Oh, fantastic stun wave, but fantastic parry, but Zorn, a bit sleeping at the wheel, walks right into Jivaro's focus basic, and we're going to game 3. Oh, Jivaro with the immediate, almost gate stun. What a fast stun wave. And that could just define this game here. If Jivaro can find those openings consistently, gets trapped between the wide and the butterfly shot, and suddenly Zorn has a massive flower and a fantastic butterfly at the top that's doing so much work. And when Zorn has an early lead, it's just really hard to play. Zorn dancing through that focus basic, just crossing over it. Oh, but she moves a little bit. She moves right into the stun wave. And Jivaro just coming to life a little bit here. Just a tiny bit. Trying to catch Zorn in that more open space. But Zorn comfortably setting up a flower, but no, gets lost in that focus basic. Jivaro just needs one hit to take a clear lead in this set. Fantastic stun wave right outside of the flower radius, not being baited in. And Zorn just getting outlasted by Jivaro a little bit here. Not being able to just execute the Lich game plan because Jivaro is just too good at dodging. Too good at dodging and finding those openings when it matters. Definitely got that clutch factor. Jivaro, no stranger to competitive environments. A Super Animal Royale player, a 2D Battle Royale game that's not too much different from Maiden and Spell, funnily enough. It's almost like he's abusing the Tommy gun here, trying to catch Zorn sleeping. But Zorn not getting caught. Oh, I was about to say not getting caught by just that much, but a tricky layering of that basic on the edge there, and Zorn takes another hit. I say another, but it's the first hit that Zorn's taken in this particular card. It's just Zorn's last card, potentially. Gotta keep it alive. Now, with the walls this close, Jivaro not getting baited in, not stun waving there, knowing that it would be deadly. But Zorn has such good butterflies. The amazing one finally disappears, thankfully, for Jivaro. Zorn with the aggression again, dodging through the focus basic while Jivaro's redirecting the butterflies, but gets caught by the outer edge of a shot. Now Zorn. Oh, amazing backstep by Jivaro. Just moving back a little bit not to get caught by the parry, the flower parry. It's 2-2 again, and Jivaro just outlast this, or will Zorn bring it to a final card? Zorn making a misstep. Bit too much stress in that dodging, just too much focus basic coming out. And Jivaro playing so well, not getting caught yet. Macroing all of that. Not getting caught by the butterfly stun waves defensively. Buying some more time. Still has room to move on the right side. Fancy dodge roll. Moves to the right. And the flower clears up so much more space. But Zorn's the one that gets a hit here. and the momentum shifts completely. Jivaro kind of stuck. Jivaro makes it out, and Zorn not being pressured too much here. Dancing around, trying to find good butterfly placements to pressure Jivaro. It's so close for both. And Javaro's the one that cracks. The final card, right here. Can Jivaro find an early advantage? Because Zorn can outlast. Gets an early hit. It all depends on the mid game. Oh, but 4-2. Not looking too good for Zorn because Jivaro has shown that he is so good at finding those moments of aggression. Doesn't get it here, but the stun wave also serves a defensive purpose, deleting the butterfly bullets. And Jivaro hunting. Zorn's trying to set up here, trying to play for the end game, trying to bleed Jivaro out. But Jivaro just fighting back so well in the mid game. Zorn getting caught in the exact same way, moving right a little bit too much. Unfortunate stun wave, fantastic parry by Zorn. But Zorn just has one heart left in this game. Has to dodge all of that focus basic, not trying to take unnecessary risks. Flowering, macroing. Jivaro in a bit of a favorable position, if you could say that, because the butterflies are a bit far away. But this is the scary one up close now. And Jivaro takes it. Honestly, that's why Maiden spell is such an annoying game to commentate. Like, sometimes it goes the way you want it to, but other times a hit comes out of nowhere. There's no like build up necessarily. There's no combos. Well, there are setups, but like stuff happens. When you get hit, you get hit. All the damage is up front.
What does SAR mean?
SAR, Super Animal Royale.
Next, we're gonna have Spede against Nyx. On the left.
Splinter Speed versus Nyx. With the arc speed with the Sunny. I remember Illy winning this exact matchup as the arc during Novi Global, I think. Yeah. But we'll see how Nyx fares and how Speed fares against Nyx. Both players out of the gate swinging. Both of them just putting out pressure. Speed though, constantly getting debuffed. Gets caught by the wide here. So many debuffs just pouring out, but the breakfast setup catches Nyx sleeping at the wheel. Nyx almost steps back into the diamonds, but doesn't, which is critical. Clutch paralyzed right here, but the spell removes it. Nyx really isn't getting any opportunities for time stop. The wide though, catching Speed, but Nyx staying a little too much inside that basic. And now it really could go either way, just one hit on either side. Oh, but Nyx hesitates, stays too long inside that basic, and Speed takes an early lead. Speed, however, not really phased by these debuffs. Gets hit by a lot of them though. That confused especially, lowering the amount of pressure that Sunny can put out. No basics to fill the gaps. No basics to catch bad movement. But Nick staying up close, holding that wide down. Dancing inside and out of the Dispel. And with the Dispel gone, Speed is losing hearts fast. And with the Paralyze as well. The spell removes debuffs, which is critical, just amazing against Arcanist's Time Stop, which allows you to get all the debuffs for free. But the cooldown on it is so long and exploitable. And Nyx just with the retreating basic, a complete momentum shift from the first card. Nyx kind of just like rides the basic there, just moves along it. Speed would have gotten hit with another one if it wasn't for that Dispel. But another basic, and Nyx is just on point with these. Speed, the Paralyze, and oh my, just a 4-0 that card. Nyx not getting caught by the diamonds, just walking through them. Slow, confused, toxic mini death toll. 5 debuffs just raw. Dances out of the Dispel and gets a hit before any opportunity of getting hit. Stays inside the diamonds, finds the time stop out of nowhere. I didn't even think that was an opening, and Speed just bleeding hearts so fast in this game. Another fantastic retreating basic. Speed though, trying to catch Nyx's movement once again with those basic wides. And a diamond catches Nyx. Speed just trying to stabilize, trying to prevent Nyx from that aggression. Has to get out of the corner though, and Nyx catches that. Quick Paralyze, early Paralyze. That's completely massive. The spell comes out. Nyx has to halt the clock early though. Nyx dodging through the diamonds, just walking through them. The mark of an amazing player, just being able to almost effortlessly walk through diamonds, but not that setup. Speed with the breakfast combo, and Nyx unable to find the right angle. Slightly off, catching the edge of the waffle. Now Speed slowed down. We'll see what Speed can do here. Oh, but getting caught by that wide is not one of those things you want to do when you're on last card in loser's bracket. Dispels, finds a hit. Not out of this quite yet. But that basic is so scary. Diamond boosts out of the corner. But that wide is also extremely frightening. And Nyx takes it.
Alright, next we are going to winners finals with Illy against Frog. This is going to be best of 5, so first to 3 wins.
Alright, Illy with the Sunny, Frog with the green hood. Frog making it all the way to winners finals after such a break from the game. While Illy a consistent presence in winners finals.
How long
Almost inevitable.
How long was his break?
Let's check. I can check.
Following Frog around, trying to get him to basic, doesn't manage to get him. That was like
8 months.
8 months, damn. That's more than half a year.
Yeah. And both players are so good at dodging, going to endgame basically, but Frog getting caught by Illy's setup, the basic wide, the breakfast setup up close. And fantastic diamonds coming out from Illy right there. Forcing Frog back into the corner and getting a hit. Illy not getting caught by the focus knives either. Frog has a bit of a mountain to climb here. Oh, but Frog staying inside, not getting caught by the spawn, but getting caught by that basic, it seems like. And Illy chasing Frog around, knowing that Sun's mix is spicier up close, and just peeling off of Frog right before Frog does the retreating basic. Illy just has so much game sense, knows the situation so well, but can Frog throw Illy off right here? The first hit matters so much momentum-wise. And Frog just completely trapped between wides and a basic that's about to activate. So much pressure coming out from Illy, and Frog responding, but Illy dodging through all of it. And once again, Frog in an unfortunate place, but so much layered basic and knives coming out. Could be getting a hit here. No, Illy just stays strong in it. And the spell comes out. Precarious situation, forcing out the banish. Oh, Illy just manages to stand right through that basic and gets a hit. And sometimes it feels so impossible right here. But Frog finally gets one. And this could be the start of a few more. Oh, Frog, really, he's just standing still in an unfortunate place, right in the middle of that breakfast setup, has to vanish out of it. Illy catching Frog once again with another setup. And now Frog looking for something to get started on this offense, but it's too little too late.
Illy. Is he being reminded of dark memories from the past?
Quite possibly. I think Frog, though, left before the true domination of Illy. Yeah. Right before Illy started becoming the true menace of the scene. Back when Illy could still be controlled. But now, it's all Illy. But Frog dealing with the mix-ups quite well here. Not getting completely mixed up close. Standing right through those diamonds and not getting hit by the wide. Excellent defensive play from Frog and finding a basic to retaliate. It's 3-3. almost feels like the spell's cooldown is lower for Illy than anyone else because of how much they dodge. Alright, and Frog. Frog the one getting hit here. Frog suddenly at 1 heart. Illy could just close it out here. Just needs one more good mix. Or even just one stray hit. Frog not out of it, but no, the diamonds. Illy gets an early hit. And Frog is trying to find something here, trying to stop Illy's snowball. But Illy just chasing Frog, knowing that Red does not have anything that's truly up close. Frog gets out of it, but for how long? Because Illy's ready to put Frog back into the blender right here. 2 mixes, Frog doesn't get hit by either of them. And as the walls close, Frog could be finding something. Fantastic pressure coming out from Frog, but Illy's just too good. Oh. And finally, Frog gets a hit with that stationary hitbox of the knives. And again, and Frog has the lead. And a massive lead. Amazing basic coming out. Just needs 1 hit to take a card here. To stay alive in this current game. Maybe getting a little too desperate. Has to burn the Vanish. Illy just up close. And gets a hit. Illy just keeping up the pressure, finds diamonds, and suddenly it's last hit. Anything goes, Vanish is off. Frog gets mixed. Dispel is also off the table. And Frog just retreating, not trying to get hit by anything that Illy's throwing out here. Illy, diamonds are down, Dispel's almost back up, Vanish is back up. All cooldowns are back, and Frog's the one that takes it. And Illy once again chasing Frog around. Pulling back just in time as Frog throws out the knives. But Frog has won these, has won the previous card. Can definitely hold on till the end here. Frog once again backing up. Oh, but movement gets caught. Hesitates a little too much inside the basic and it just activates on top of him. And once again, Illy just completely controlling the pace of this current card. But Frog returning the favor a little bit. Clutch the spell coming out. And once again, Illy with the perfectly placed diamonds. Just pressuring Frog so much in combination with the basic. And Illy hunting, knowing that this card is just 1 hit away. But only has 2 hearts to work with, that's enough. Yeah, Frog not happy. Playing against Illy is like It's kind of like just like throwing yourself at a brick wall sometimes. But sometimes the brick wall collapses on itself as Illy runs into a bind, a stationary wide. But that one hit is just one hit, and you need 4 of them to take a card, 8 of them to take a game. And Frog not getting mixed here, moving out, but oh, just slightly taps inside and gets hit by a slowly drifting wide. And overall, Illy just chasing. Frog just trying to get out of the pressure. Moves in, doesn't get caught by those diamonds, but Illy once again moving in, knowing the dead zone of Red's basic. Knowing that melee range is a scary place to be in. And getting a hit on Frog. Poised to send it to match point, the last card. And those diamonds are coming out. Frog has to dodge these. Gets through them. Vanish still intact for Frog. Vanishes out of the spell. Almost gets caught by the wides, but dodging so well and getting a hit. And still very, very doable for Frog. Just has to dodge all of this. Oh, but stays around a little too much inside the basic. And this is truly match point right here. And Illy just coming out of the gate swinging right here. Illy daring Frog to move back. Not quite sure why diamonds were consistently behind Frog, and I'm not sure if it worked out either. However, cooldowns are about to be back for both players. And once again, Illy trying to mix Frog up close. Uses this spell. Frog still having the Vanish cooldown. Takes the lead. And Frog, one hit away from extending this set. One hit away from setting it to another card. Illy though, playing so stably. But that focus knives just catching Illy, moving out, trying to macro it. So once again, Illy, the diamonds thing behind Frog, not quite sure. But gets a hit with the slowly drifting wides. Once again, diamond spam coming out, doesn't get hit by the focus knives. And Frog gets pushed back, but it's going to take more than that to get a hit on Frog. Frog once again retreating a little bit, getting caught into the spell this time. Illy going for some mix, but Frog dodges, makes it through all of it. And once again, Frog just moving little enough to get out of that breakfast setup, but this time gets caught by the converging diamonds. Illy, big advantage right here. Almost ignoring red wide. It's almost a non-factor here. Of course, it's impeding Illy's movement, but the way Illy moves, it feels like it's not a factor at all. And Frog's not out of it yet, for sure. Still has 2 hearts to play with. But one of those is gone. Those basics have been getting suspiciously many hits. So many. Just catching bad buttons, bad movement. Oh, right here, almost catching Frog, forces Vanish. Now Frog just trying to find something to extend the game. Illy just dodging everything, diamond boosting to move aside. And with the Dispel Invuln, forcing the Vanish out, and a perfect basic takes it 3-0.
Thanks for going back to losers. Gonna see J Feather against Javavo. Javaro.
J Feather versus Javaro, two Frost players. Similar playstyles as well. We'll see who comes out on top. Heading to Jewel Box. Already Javaro using the roll, but Frost mirrors are notoriously impossible to commentate. If I were liking it to Super Admiral Royale, for some of the viewers familiar with it, it's like 1v1ing with no cover. They're just blasting at each other. It's a battle of consistency and openings. And the walls close. Walls closing is almost an inevitability. And Javaro taking the first hit. And Javaro getting another hit as well. J Feather, seeing that stun wave, recognizes it, chases Javaro and gets a hit back. Almost a death sentence using a stun wave because both characters are so mobile. Oh no, and Javaro without the stun wave has to avoid. Can't burn the roll. Oh, gets caught on the edge of the roll. But Javaro going for another stun wave, and it's so risky to do that because being stun wave-less leaves you wide open for the opponent. But J-Fed doesn't find an opening. Javaro's the one that rolls into the edge of a focus basic, widening a little bit, trying to find something. And J-Feather's mixing in a little bit of that unfocused basic to try and throw Javaro off. J-Feather firmly in the lead as the wall closes in. Having an extra heart is so useful. And J-Feather strikes first. And away we go back into neutral. Both players just waiting for the other to make a mistake. Who can stutter step better? Who can put more pressure onto the opponent from that long range? Who can mix with that wide and not get hit? And J-Feather's the one that gets hit by the center of that focus basic. Javaro using a stun wave defensively. That could be an opening for J Feather. Still has 3 more seconds to do so. But no, Javaro airtight, rolls through. And this time J Feather's the one on the back foot. Javaro, oh, can't find the stun wave, but doesn't get punished for it. And J Feather's the one that gets stuffed on the approach, going for a stun wave. But J Feather is faster once again. Javaro tried to react, I think, but that just leads to J Feather's advantage. But Javaro just consistent in the focus basic war, able to get more hits so far. This time getting a hit, and J Feather just needs 2 more. But Javaro only needing 1 more here. Oh, rolling dangerously back into the focus basic, and now both players are 1 hit away. But J Feather's hit is much more concrete because it secures the first game, while Javaro's only extends it. J Feather playing a bit of hit and run, trying to find different angles to throw off Javaro. Trying to make him uncomfortable, but Javaro's the one that gets that hit and equalizes. And once again, we go back to the focus basic war. Back and forth. J Feather gets caught by the outside of that basic. Now J Feather though, layering a lot of pressure with the unfocused and focused basics, but rolls up again and gets caught again. This time Javaro's first. And suddenly a massive 4-1 lead. And in a matchup as slow as this one, as calm and collected even, with both players having options to stuff the other, and so many defensive options as well, a lead is just so insurmountable. Javaro takes the first game. Javaro switching to Lich after a win? Maybe baiting a Lich switch from J Feather as well.
Maybe try to throw him off guard so he doesn't get comfortable with the matchup.
Quite possibly.
Oh, J Feather also switching to Lich?
Yeah, J Feather famously doesn't like. J Feather hates playing Lich, like Frost against Lich, so we'll always swap the Lich against Lich.
Nice to meet you. Oh no!
It might backfire on Javaro though, because J Feather has taken games off, like Maven, with this Lich. Maven, quite the menace on Lich, so taking a game as Lich against Maven is quite the feat. Oh, and J Feather unable to delete that flower. Crucial for Javaro, but Javaro's the one getting hit. A bit of a momentum shift, especially with J Feather's fantastic butterflies on all 4 sides. Finally, one's gone, but 3 sides, and J Feather just with better butterflies. Javaro unable to really get anything started here. J Feather gets another deletion. Half of the radius is the amount that you need to cover. And Javaro not really able to get anything started. Unable to delete the butterflies as well. And the round starts are so crucial here. Not a good sign when Javaro is forced to back up that much. Manages to get the first flower deletion though. That's huge. But Javaro has to place butterflies on all parts of the screen basically, not just one side. They're much harder to dodge when they're coming from uncomfortable angles. And Javaro moving to the far side of the screen, maybe getting a little something started here. J-Feather the one getting hit twice. J-Feather consistently good butterfly placement, one right in front of Javaro. Meanwhile, Javaro's butterflies are all shooting from the same place. Easily redirected, but Javaro gets a massive deletion of 2 butterflies. A lot of J-Feather's pressure got an instant, but J-Feather deletes both flowers. And J-Feather just so much room to work with right now. But Javaro deletes it right back. Stuck in a bad place though. And J-Feather just straight up deletes 2 of the butterflies. And J-Feather just in full control. Even after that deletion, Javaro not in a great place. Not much pressure coming out either. But it really could go either way. And Javaro manages to grab that card out of thin air. Javaro getting so greedy, pressing wide so many times. It's such a laggy move. You get slowed down so much. But unpunished for it. And sometimes if you're not punished, it's a safe option. Javaro once again getting a bit greedy with it, but J-Feather knocked down. Not really able to retaliate. And Javaro looking to delete those 2 butterflies. That's a crucial momentum swing if he can. There we go. 2 butterflies off the table. And Javaro with more pressure right now. Better butterfly positioning as well. And Javaro could be just straight up beating J-Feather in the Lich Mirror. Both players playing their secondaries. Oh, but Javaro walks right into a wide and suddenly it's not looking nearly as good. Especially with the angles that J-Feather's butterflies have right now. And Javaro's not finding fantastic basics either, but manages to get an amazing dodge. Meanwhile, J-Feather sitting pretty, tons of space to work with. Javaro getting a big deletion, 2 butterflies and a flower. And that could be crucial because J-Feather just has nothing on the screen right now, just a single butterfly. Goes for a big deletion, but gets basically nothing out of it. And that flower is immediately gone. So if Javaro can just hold out here, should be a W right now. Just so much more pressure from Javaro. And there it is. Javaro just takes J-Feather to the Lich Mirror and just wins for it.
Sigma move. Is Maiden here? Yep. Alright, I don't need to pin them. Next is gonna be Maiden against Nyx.
Maiden against Nyx. I'm pretty sure I've seen this in Grands Finals like a year ago. 2 players in the losers bracket, probably one of the scariest losers brackets of all time. Whoever wins this secures at least 4th place. Whoever wins this is in the money. Javaro's in the money right now. So this is a crucial game. Illy says the Lich Mirror matchup is pink favored, and well, Javaro won. And so with a sample size of 1, we can conclude that pink Lich is the winner in the matchup. But Maiden, the face of Pink Lich in a sense, immediately gets paralyzed off the bat, but manages to get a hit. Just pulling that out of the bag from nowhere. Doesn't get time stopped either. Dodging fantastically right here. Has to go through the moon. And Nyx weaving back and forth. Trying to find something. Doesn't get a debuff either. And Maiden's off to a massive start. Walls off the entire half of the screen from Nyx. And is starting to get the butterfly's position. A butterfly on the far side of Nyx with the crossfire. With constant pressure, but Maiden's the one getting caught by Nyx's wide. But Nyx tragically just steps into one of Lich's stationary wides Maven taking a hit back. And just spaghetti all over the place right now. Not the greatest gameplay, but both players just going ham on the offense. Nyx not one to get hit easily by these butterflies. Directing them away and away, but walks right into another wide. Was that a wide snipe? It could have been.
I think it was a wide snipe. Or
Maven
Nyx was just unlucky.
Yeah, just moving and Maven just putting out the wides. But the paralyze, so deadly for Lich because already slowest movement speed in the game. Maven sleeping a little bit but getting a revenge hit, so it's not all bad. Oh, but Maven caught sleeping a little bit in front of Nyx, and Nyx just throws out the clock, gets a bunch of debuffs. But that doesn't result in any hits. No, Maven just so evasive, using the flower to get out of the Moon's way and then just dodging everything afterwards. Now Maven just moving, knowing that setting up butterflies in the corners is so good. The crossfire so strong. Who walks right into the wide, and suddenly it's not looking that good for Maven. Oh, saved. Saved by that butterfly right there. Maven would have gotten hit by those shots. Was dodging back to buy some time. And the paralyze gone. Maven just needs one. Up close, trying to bait out the clock. Trying to find a melee as well. Just doesn't get anything. But the clock is gone. Oh, but Maven sleeping at the wheel a little bit. The Moon just comes out of nowhere. Unable to move back fast enough. This really could go either way here, but Maven once again slowing down a little too much. Slow movement speed character, getting hit again and again. And time stopped. And you have to think it's pretty doomed for Maven here. Even though Maven skilled enough to avoid everything, just gets caught and stuffed out by the basic, the paralyzed and slow. And I say this over and over, but Lich the slowest character in the game. The debuff's so deadly. And Nyx just one hit away from taking the lead here, but Maven never quite out of it. But in this particular one, Nyx manages to get the 4-0 and take the first game. Even with the early hit, very crucial, but gets slowed. And with the Moon approaching, oh, Maven just can't find a way out of that one. The Moon and Clock combination on the slowed down Lich is just so good, and Maven getting hit by just everything right now. Paralyzed Lich is not having a good time. Maven not out of this yet, still has one card left. But one card is a scarily low amount of lives, just 4. Gets caught by that basic at the bottom wall. And Maven needs to just stay calm, composed, collected. Gets caught by the wide though, and this loser's bracket run is slipping away because Nyx, just such a good player. Almost feels inevitable at this point. But Maven has made these comebacks before. Oh, almost gets caught by the wide. Needs to stay strong, stay safe. Keep the setup up, but the slowed down Lich is all but dead. Paralyzed and slow. But thankfully for Maven, Nyx is the one that gets hit there. And the debuffs are off. So Nyx has to get a hit here before Maven's setup gets a bit too overwhelming, and it could be just here. Maven letting go in time. Dancing along the top wall, gets paralyzed though. Oh, and runs right into the wide, and that's it. 2-0 for Knicks. Jabaro and Illy, wait a second. Looking
Knicks
at a bit
needs
of a
1
warm-up
minute.
game here.
Bro, what? They're actually
They're
going.
warming up. They're warming up. It'll be fine. Alright, although this isn't on stream, it's time to commentate. Illy on the Sunny against Javaro's Frost. Javaro kinda walking in a little bit, going for those openings, but Illy not really showing any of them. Okay, I actually don't want to do this. I want to take a break.
Okay, Knicks is done.
Alright, Knicks versus Javaro. And Javaro beat Caro in this earlier, but Knicks is a very different type of Arcanist. A different level of player. Never placing below second. I don't want to bring that up because I could curse the streak, but oh, what a parry. Oh no. Knicks just pressing the basic right before getting stun waved. That's unfortunate. Knicks just so consistent with that as well. Javaro just trying to find anything here, but there's no winning scenario for Javaro, because if he plays defensively and stalls to time, Arcanist is favored in the mid walls. But he really can't find anything here because Knicks is playing so well. And the stun wave, but oh, the bullet gets eaten by the clock, and Javaro just can't really find anything. It's 2-1, but it feels like Knicks is just in full control. Javaro is shooting the first parts of Focus Basics, trying to find something. But so many debuffs, can't really do anything here. And the moon is inevitable. Sunwave, but the clock is just so good. Nyx preemptively pushing it. And the confuse on Jivaro just slowed down his offense to a crawl. Nyx buying so much time and just putting out so much offense to threaten Jivaro. Death Toll not really doing much, but it's still there. It's something. It really isn't something. It's so useless. Especially in this scenario. It has some use at endgame, eating up a lot of space, but that's about it. And miniature as well, just making it so that Jivaro's pressure just feels like nothing. And a perfect time stop from Nyx, catching Jivaro's roll in, getting a hit. Jivaro one hit away from losing the first game. Goes for another stun wave, unable to. Nyx shooting at basics, knowing that one of these will eventually hit. Almost gets a time stop, but Jivaro going up safely. Jivaro knowing to go from wall to wall, but has to roll through. No gap in that side. And the basic takes out Jivaro's first game. Jivaro playing back, trying to find an opening, but Nyx not letting up, putting the clock down. Only Toxic, Jivaro trying to bait out something, knowing that a raw stun wave will just get parried. And finally gets the first hit with the wide. His first hit, because Nyx already landed one earlier this card. Jivaro, gotta respect the effort going for these stun waves, but getting punished while retreating after them. That paralyzed, locking up Jivaro in the middle of a basic. And now just fishing for something from above. Trying to get something from up there. Rolling back and forward, but Nyx not phased, not baited. Can Jivaro make it out of this predicament? And no, Nyx taking a firm lead. And just one hit away from converting into the game. Another perfect time stop. Catching movement, Jivaro can do nothing but roll in place and get hit. Very aggressive round start from Jivaro, but Nyx reads it, starts up the clock fast enough, and Jivaro's the one getting punished for it, stuck in a corner. Nyx is playing so calm, controlled, in a style that makes it so hard for Jivaro to find an opening. Nyx fishing for debuffs once again, going for a wide. Almost getting him paralyzed, not quite. And Jivaro finds the stun wave. After all this time, just gets a clean one, sidesteps to parry. And that could be a sign of things to come, because Jivaro could just find some more, but that time stop, so good. Nyx dancing around in it, but Jivaro has a lead for the first time in what seems like an eternity. Goes for another stun wave, unable to. Oh, amazing movement by Jivaro. Fades back to avoid the clock, immediately rolls into it to avoid the moon. But in a very bad spot right now. Debuffed against the wall, caught by a wide. And it's all even again. Javaru is looking for something to avoid the inevitable. 2 hearts left in this card. They could vanish in an instant. Nyx playing so consistently, not getting hit by anything. Going for a time stop, doesn't hit, but so many debuffs landed. Oh, and Javaro's the one getting hit. That's tragic, man. Just to get the stun wave, but only 1 hit left. Debuffs, so many debuffs. Those wides coming out, pressuring Javaru so much, has to stick to the wall, gets hit by the slow. And Nyx just holding wide while Javaru tries to stutter step, tries to roll up. Has to get around here, has to avoid the basic and the toxic and everything. Can't stay in the corner because the wide will catch, and Javaru staying alive just a little bit. No, the wide catches and Nyx takes it. Fantastic gameplay from Nyx, just holding on, controlling the whole pace of the match.
Next, it's Frog against Nyx.
But Javaru definitely completely outplacing his seed. Seeded 9th, getting 4th. Fantastic, like, clutch moments against Karo, Zorn, J Feather. And taking Nyx very close. Could have extended that game for sure. It was a 1-1 scenario. Also gotta shout out Frog, all the way in losers finals despite taking an 8-month break. Almost feels like he hasn't skipped a beat. Nyx opting for the Frost this time. Maybe it'll make a difference against Frog. Certainly has right away with the immediate hit. Nyx, just like Illy, a player of many characters. Dark definitely didn't work out in their first set, so mixing up a little bit. Gets a stun wave and a hit, and Nyx off to a strong start. Rolling right into a bind though. Nyx not exactly what you want, and Frog dancing out of the stun wave. Red, more than enough movement speed. Nyx going for a lot of these stun waves, this time getting caught by a knife right after. The stun wave's back once again, so Nyx could go for yet another one, but Frog just vanishes out. Nyx will have to do something spicy here to take the lead because Frog's not getting hit by just focus basic. And Nyx unfortunately rolls right into a red wide. Nyx's rolls clean, but unable to really find a way in. Frog just playing so well defensively. Almost airtight, it feels like. Oh, it doesn't get a stun wave onto the vanished Frog, but still 1-1. Anything goes here. And Nyx takes the first card. Could be a sign of things to come, or will Frog go back to form and take the set? Playing a lot of characters is definitely a massive benefit in Maiden and Spell because it's a bit of a matchup dependent game. Certain matchups feel impossible, certain player matchups as well. Certain players just feel like it's unplayable against them with certain characters. Nyx's swap definitely working out for him thus far, especially as the walls close in. A lot less room for Frog to run, but also a lot more room that the lasers and knives cover. Gets a stun and a hit. And now Nyx is so close. 3 more hits for a secure first game in this best of 5. The layered basics don't hit Frog, which is crucial, but Nyx doesn't miss that. Doesn't miss the follow-up to the stun wave. Could have, because the wall was pushing Frog there, but make sure. Takes a little time to ensure that it doesn't happen. And just 1 hit away now. Frog not out of this yet. Could generate hits, but Nyx just so evasive, so hard to hit for free. Nyx takes a 4-0 to secure the first game.
Logo, start. Nyx trying to get an ultimate hit. Post Frog juices.
Wait, I've been muted this entire time. Oh no.
You have? Oh. Nyx
Oh
gets
no.
stun he needs and finishes Frog off. 2-0 for Nyx.
Wait, how long have I been muted? Like,
I
how
have-
long did it not say anything?
I think since the second match.
Oh no. Oh no, that's tragic.
It's fine. I can't complain. I don't know how to commentate in the first place.
Alright. Nyx, once again with the aggression. Frog, potential last game right here. Needs to find something. Needs to make something work. Hasn't taken a single card yet.
Nyx barely uses his basic. He seems to just try to get close to Frog and catch him with his ultimate or his defensive spell.
Yeah, but somehow gets the raw basic right there. Just the raw focus basic onto Frog and forces out a vanish as well.
Yeah, he's right on top of him, so it's kind of hard to dodge that basic without using his ultimate, I guess.
Yeah, but Frog last game dodged it so well, but this game getting hit by it twice in a row. You can see the cracks forming a little bit.
Maybe Nyx is just a bit more patient than what was the player he faced before?
Navarro?
Yeah,
Yeah, Navarro definitely had a bit of trouble getting in, but also it's a different character matchup as well. Frost definitely faring, in my opinion, quite a bit better against Red. Just being able to roll through so much more. Red as a character being very dodgeable in a sense, especially at the top level when it comes to people like Nyx. And since Nyx is equipped with that dodge roll as Frost, that's just another life in a sense. But Frog with the lead here could be keeping this one alive. Nyx forcing the vanish, the preemptive vanish to not get stunned, and running in once again, not getting hit but not getting a hit either. And Frog with the retreating basic converts. And could be getting something here. Could be getting a card. And there it is. Now, Frog so close to extending this game. Just needs one card to move it to a game 4. But Nyx unrelenting, keeping the pressure up. Maybe a little bit more measured, but Frog also stepping back, not getting caught by that stun wave. Nyx once again moving in, but Frog, such good movement to get out of the stun wave without burning resources. And it seems like Frog's adapting a little bit, especially with that parry. Nyx not ready for it. The basic coming out right as Frog was getting stunned. Doesn't even need the stun wave there, manages to get a hit. And is now just hunting, trying to stay on top of Frog, and Frog's movement just gets completely caught by that wide. And Nyx just on point right now, looking for another hit, dodging around the basics. Frog trying to stay back, trying to keep Nyx at arm's length, and gets the hit there. Nyx maybe getting a little desperate on his final card, knowing that 2 hits separates him from grand finals. And Frog just effortlessly dancing through the Laird's focus basic and takes a game.
Frog takes again.
Bit of a scary round start, and Nyx is the one getting hit early, runs into a wide. Nyx playing back a little, trying to find an opening. But Frog dances around it, doesn't get hit by the wide or the stun wave. And Frog just putting out those basics, trying to catch movement, vanishes, doesn't get hit. Nyx redirecting, dodging the knives so well. The kunai would definitely hit a lot of other players, but this time it's the wide once more hitting Nyx. Nyx kind of moving a little too much here. Frog is so good at dodging. We saw this in other matchups as well, especially against J Feather. But Nyx gets a hit, and suddenly looking a lot more doable for Nyx here. Frog throwing out 3 focus knives, trying to catch Nyx, trying to catch a roll or anything, but suddenly it's even, and it's not even anymore. Nyx has the lead, has the ability to roll in. Stun wave's almost up, forcing out the vanish. Nyx just trying not to get hit here. Frog trying to keep it alive. Nyx going up with 2 opportunities would be deadly, and that's what Nyx does. Now, Nyx will have 2 tries at this card, forcing out the vanish early. Nyx just weaving around, finding an opening, trying to, just catch Frog. Catch Frog, just unable to get out of there. And Frog just trying to keep Nyx away, trying to get a hit with the combination of knives and basic, and even just the retreating basic that's so hard to react to. But Frost has such a good defensive and offensive tool combined in roll, not to mention stun wave. Able to waltz through pressure and punish positional, like just punish your position even if it's not a positional error. And Frog just vanishes right back into Nyx, taking a hit for it, and Nyx so close to closing out this game. Just needs 1 more hit. Both players just playing so safe. Frog almost gets a setup on Nyx, but Nyx is too good at dodging. Vanish comes out just in time. Basics coming out from Frog, trying to snipe Nyx, trying to catch the movement. Finally does, but Nyx still has 2 hearts to play with, gets a stun wave, and that's it. Nyx maintains the streak of never placing below second. It's just crazy to think about. This time was sent especially early to losers by Frog, but still made it all the way back to Grand Finals.
And now
This is why
it's
Nyx is
Grand Finals with Illy against Nyx.
And although Frog had an 8-month break, I'm pretty sure Nyx also had a pretty long break. Yeah, 3 months. That's pretty significant. 3 months in a game as technical as Maiden and Spell. It'll be interesting to see which characters are pulled out in Grand Finals, though.
Okay, ready.
Yep, let's go. Grand Finals.
Oh wait. Maybe on the left. Oh yeah.
Yeah, looking good. Is it gonna be Sunny versus Arc, or will it be something else? That's the question.
Tiny versus Fiverr.
Ooh, okay, Nick's opting for the worm. Now for the signature arc. Novi Fire. Novi Fire, Worm's Novi Fire, a much shorter cooldown than Dispel. Novi Fire already up, Dispel still 7 seconds away, so like right there, Nick's able to get hits consistently every 2 Novi Fires as long as the positioning is there and Nyx doesn't get hit. Now Illy though, fantastic defensively, can definitely force Nyx away. And also isn't really gonna get hit by a random wide anytime soon. Definitely very comfortable with all the matchups. Both players just such measured gameplay. And Illy able to get a hit here. Nyx now, weaving in some lasers with the wides and basics. Finally gets a wide hit at the top wall. Dispels back up. And Nyx not really able to get much Novi Fire action out here. Illy creating too much of a wall, but this time the wide. And suddenly Illy's at last heart. Now both of them are. Novi Fire not successful. And Nyx unfortunately runs into a waffle. Oh, and Nyx gets caught by the round start, by the diamond breakfast, but Illy backs up into one of the worm wides, but Nyx returns the favor by backing up into a waffle and dispels up, so Nyx unable to get anything off that Novi Fire, but just burning the cooldown is sometimes enough as Nyx is hunting right now, looking to trap Illy, but Worm has no defensive tools, so it's easier said than done for sure. And Nyx is able to force out that dispel. But can Nyx find a way in? Worm is a character that you have to do all your dodges on without being carried by defensive tools. And Nyx somehow moves through all of the pressure and is able to get a Novi Fire off. It's not over yet. Oh, it is over. Man, commentator curse. I hate it. Really early dispel burn. Nyx with Novi Fire. One more opening, and that's a hit. Nyx not greeting for that Novi Fire there. Knows that Illy could have moved out. But gets a guaranteed one here. Illy with a bit of squiggly movement, unable to retreat to the bottom right. And the diamonds are also a very important cooldown in this matchup. Being able to diamond speed boost out of the Novi Fire is a possibility. Illy almost dodging all of the Worm Basic, but unable to. Fun fact, Worm Basic has the smallest hitboxes in the game, but for such a dense move up close, it doesn't really matter, does it? And Illy using the diamonds to boost out. Nyx just trying to get some setup down, but Illy not one to get hit by just basic laser wide, but gets hit by the random wide there. And another one. Nyx catching movement twice in a row. Illy just right away in with the rematch. Not quite sure about opting into this matchup. Feels like Nyx has it under lock, but in this particular card, Nyx gets hit twice in a row, quick succession. Dances out of the setup there. Illy with a lot of setup, just so many layered wides and basics. Has a massive lead. And all it takes is one misstep from Nyx for Illy to take a card. But Worm has loads of offense, so definitely could take these hearts very quickly. Dispel burned, crucially, but Nyx gets caught by that drifting wide. Early Novi Fire, but one thing unique to Sunny is that the spell can come out at any time. It ignores like the lag of other moves. It ignores attack lock. That's crucial in a lot of places where you spam a lot of buttons. Other characters might get caught by a random Novi fire at round start. But Sunny, you can always press it. Oh no, Illy walks out of the Dispel, tries to diamond boost, but it's not quite enough to get to the other side of that Novi fire. And another one, but there's just enough space in that corner for Illy there. And Illy preserving that Dispel, super important. Any defensive tool is welcome against Worm. And it's 2-2. Definitely very doable for Illy. Just has to dodge all of this, Dispels. Goes for some setup in the melee range, but unable to. And Worm is very scary up close as well, even without the Novi fire. Although it comes back super quickly. That basic up close is so deadly. And moving a little bit, the Worm backing up even can lead to a wide hit. That's Illy preserving the Dispel, but getting hit. And if Nyx takes this card, it could lead to a 2-0 lead. Nyx staying alive in the second game. Illy managed to get the first hit, but Nyx using the invuln to walk into Illy. Novi firing not quite. And Nyx just trying to find something, manages to do so. Novi fires, no, not enough, and Illy has the basic on lock. But Nyx is just not holding back on the offense here, keeping it up. And using the fantastic dodging to make it happen, but with one heart left, you have to think that this game is going to Illy. Unpunished Novi fire, not basics, not up in time, but so much mix coming out from Illy. Nyx able to just walk out of all of it. Novi fires defensively, manages to get out somehow. Almost gets caught in the slowdown of laser there. Nyx's game plan so close to fruition, but Illy takes the second game. Illy diamond dashing to the other side of Nyx. And Illy taking an early lead in this crucial third game, momentum defining game, match point deciding game. And Nyx just dancing around the edge of those wides, trying to find a wide of his own. Novi fire not connecting, but not punished either. Nyx almost getting mixed, but presses laggy buttons inside that basic. That laser slowdown, fatal. Oh, so Nyx's card breaks on the third hit because of the slight desync, where, yeah, it's just a spectator bug. It doesn't actually disappear, it's just visual. Thankfully, this is a milder form of spectator bug instead of like the flashing lights and like 20 million hits.
Oh yeah, that's
that
funny
happened
one.
yesterday. Right, super even thus far, but this game so far has been very high damage output. Both players getting hit a lot because Worm is just a glass cannon, and any game with Worm in it is bound to go much faster. And Nyx so good at dodging right there, so fantastic, and moving through all of the shots, especially without any defensive tools. Has to burn Novi fire defensively, but manages to get a hit. Novi fire already almost up. Nyx could use this invuln to get up close, but not close enough and gets punished for it. Illy just moving through the basics, like almost effortlessly. Nyx up close almost connects with the wide, but Illy's Novi Fire and Nyx 1 heart. But Illy also 1 heart. Could really go either way here. And Novi Fire's on the table, but unable to connect. Illy just enough space up top and secures the second game.
And is at match point?
Yep. Nyx is swapping. Swapping to who, though? Well, we'll have to find out.
Arc. We're going back to his main.
Yep. Not quite sure about this. Not quite sure about this swap, but the worm wasn't really getting through Illy. Illy just too good at avoiding enough so that Worm's power in the Novi Fire was just mitigated so much. Nyx, though, unable to provide nearly as much straight-up offense with Arcanist. Much more control-y character. And especially against Sunny. Sunny's defense special just negates time stop debuffs completely.
It seems that the switch isn't working.
Yeah, Illy feels very comfortable here, and here Illy could just dispel immediately. And all of that's for nothing. The cooldown difference is important, but hitting clock is so hard that it just feels so bad when the Sunny just dispels out of it. Because clock's been up for a while, but now dispel is up, and there wasn't really an opening for a clock. Don't let this fool you though, both players are still moving insanely hard. It's just that Nyx just can't produce as much upfront offense with this character. Has to play for the setups, the wall close, the debuffs. But Sunny, a character that can just press the spell right after the time stop, and Illy has won the opposite of this matchup before. Has won as the Arc against Speed, but playing Arc against Illy's Sun, even if you're as good as Nyx, is just so hard. Illy playing fantastically, just not getting hit by random things. The wide feeling like almost nothing. The slow and toxic dispelled out of, and the time stop just moved past. And Nyx unable to find anything in this game. As the walls close though, could be more favorable for Nyx. But gets caught by the diamonds, and Illy's just 1 hit away from taking this tournament.
And that's the
There
hit.
it is.
3-1 for Illy.
No, Illy's inevitable. Like, Illy didn't drop a single game except for against Nyx. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, let me write down the results. Alright, here are the results. 7th place Sentispede Engsorn. 5th place goes to Jay Feather and Maiden. 4th place goes to Javaco. 3rd place to Frog. 2nd place to Nix, and 1st place goes as usual to Illy. Right, Illy, Nix, Frog and Javo, if you could message me on Discord your PayPal account or email or whatever, so I can give you your prize money. Or if you don't have one and you can make one, again, let me know. I'll add you on Steam and I can gift you games that amount to the amount of money you won on this tournament. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had fun. I decided to make the prize money because it's well, it's Christmas, so I thought let's make it a bit more special. Now, normally we would have another tourney 2 weeks from now on, but that would be the 2nd of January on New Year. So I imagine people are going to be busy having fun or meeting with relatives. So I'm just gonna move it to 16. So we basically take a break of one tourney.
Yeah, thanks for hosting all of these like so regularly.
No problem. It is my job. I took it upon me after Ilios fell asleep during a live stream. And I take my duty seriously. Well, as seriously as I can. Okay, that's about it. Thanks everyone for joining. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you again on 16 after New Year's. So a Merry Christmas and an early Happy New Year. That's about it. You have anything to say?
Not really.
Yeah, alright. See ya. Bye bye.